for all of your blessings on our lives. We ask that you'd be with the good folks in Seattle, Washington, and bless the seafarer and all the hydro boats that'll be there. Thank you for the legend, Pat O'Day. Lord, we pray, God, that you would just help folks remember what he's meant to this sport.
Heavenly Father, we come to you this morning thankful for...
That's the Pat O'Day theme song. Pat, how you doing? Put on the headphones.
Nice to be. You know, it was 2 years ago, right after my brain surgery, that you had the courage to invite me on. You didn't know what you were dealing with, you know. We might
Actually,
have a
it was
veggie on our
before you
hands.
had your brain surgery that I didn't know what I was doing with.
that was
Actually,
the
once you had the surgery, it's cleared up a bit. No, you're right. It was good to have you on. And look at you. Your picture of health. I dare say you look younger.
Well, I think so, yeah. I think, they kind of gave me a new breath of life.
Wow. Can I ask how old you are? And don't you have a birthday right about now?
Yeah.
Is it a
I'm
big
80.
one? You're 80
years old.
80 freaking years old.
I'm a healthy, busy, stupid 80. I'm too dumb to know
And
that
by the
I'm
way,
getting
you
older.
still smoke cigarettes or not?
Yeah, I do a little now
Good.
and then.
No, go for it now.
Fearless.
I quit everything else.
Yeah,
you
you did
I gotta
quit
have
everything
one vice.
Yeah, but
Hey, can I ask you a question as a guy who runs treatment centers, or created it, and a spokesperson for it? Do you, does it bug you that the recreational pot is legal now, or do you find it maybe an interesting challenge for education? And to some people it's okay, just like booze, and let everybody figure it out for themselves. Where are you at on that?
With all of those people that came out of the 60s and 70s and it became part of their lifestyle, I appreciate their point of view. But it is the worst thing that could happen to our society.
You do
It is
think
going
that
to
way.
infiltrate down to the youth. You are going to get kids chewing on pot cookies on their way to school in the morning. They'll be stoned, hey, dude, I'm late for class.
Remember, he's in the treatment center business.
I'm sitting right over here. I'm
I'd like
just
to
minding
get
my
you
own
and
business.
Jody a cable channel, and you could just go. "Arr, arr, arr,"
Well,
at
and
each
we're
other.
in the music business. Think of the
Yeah.
creativity
I'm
set
he
to
can say
bloom.
whatever he wants. That's Pat O'Day. I'm not
So,
going to
all
bother
right.
him.
If
But
you're in
this-
the treatment business, Shayla, it's not bad news because
Okay.
we treat marijuana.
Here's the deal. I got 7 minutes with you now because
Okay.
I'm on a flight to Bend, Oregon for a big street fair thing I'm doing tonight.
Really?
Yeah, so let's talk about this, why you called yesterday, and we were doing it at exactly this time yesterday. There was a piece of property on San Juan Island where a news story came out. A $79,000 fine was issued to the owners, and it sounded as if they clear-cut trees on the waterfront, which everybody hears waterfront, and they think, ooh, fishies and habitat and things like that, and they hear tree cut, and they think these people, and then, by the way, the people had won a Powerball lottery,
Right.
so immediately it comes into play. They're rich, they get away with stuff, and then 79,000. Spike says that fine should be higher.
Should be double.
It should be double whatever their property value.
Well,
increased
my
by.
thought was, and I'll be brief. If you're found guilty and fined, I'm assuming they had a fair trial and their evidence was presented, and you violated some code, some rules, some environmental
you've
protection
never
acts.
lived in King County.
Clearly, I can't
Or you've
afford
never
the
lived
thrill.
in a municipality, San Juan County,
Right.
where they are militant about environmental stuff, right?
Yeah, where the friends of the San Juans are not the friends of the people, just their environmental agenda.
So speaking of agendas, I figured yours should have a little. And you're a real estate person, right? You sell
That's
the
true,
dream.
although I had nothing to do with that transaction.
You didn't. Okay,
No.
so nothing to do with it. But you do advise everybody to clear cut away and have as much fun with the trees as they want, right?
No, I
Release
certainly
the
don't.
natural beauty of the land, I believe is how it's called.
Yeah, I got to tell you a little something, Bob. I and my wife, we're heavily involved in the community up there. I staged the golf tournament. We created the 4th of July Pig War Picnic. We raised $25,000-$30,000 for the local nonprofits. But we are, above all, we want the islands and San Juan in particular to be neighborly, to have its arms open to people that want to enjoy it.
Cool.
And here are these people, they won the lottery. Sure, they had a lot of money. They hired a local agent. They bought this wonderful piece of property on the south end of the island. Now, there were some bushes that were blocking the view. Not beautiful trees, or just bushes that were blocking the
What
view.
kind of bushes?
Well, little sprigs of alder and some other...
Alder's like a weed. It's annoying. Yeah.
Well, yes. And so anyway...
not a tree.
they
Alder
hired-
was a
It
tree.
should,
Maybe
it should
I'm
lose
not a-
its tree status.
So they hired some local people to come in and kind of clean it up a little bit. And the local people knew the rules, right? They didn't think they're doing anything wrong.
Oh.
But some people, next door neighbors, saw this and notified.
So wait a minute, they cleaned out some alder brush that wasn't fully grown?
Brush, yeah. I sent Eric Corman
I got
photographs
pictures
of it.
here.
Will
So
you
before
take
and
a look at
afters, or-
those stumps
this is
there?
before and this is after?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're calling them stumps, I
Here's-
think they may
Hold
used to
on,
be trees.
seriously, dude. Here's
well,
before
they're
and
sort
after.
of trees, you
You
know.
tell
they're-
me if that's...
Okay, they've already gone from bushes to trees. So
No,
we're
hold
making
on.
some progress.
Oh,
here.
it's an alder.
Now, the
Alder
trees
is alder is a
remain in
weed.
place.
It's,
Okay,
it's-
okay.
The
Look
fir
at before
trees
and
and so
after, and
on.
you tell me if that's $79,000 worth of landscaping.
Look at that beautiful cove down there you can see now. Wow, that's it's a much better view, I can tell you that.
No, but look at that.
Is that a pot plant? What
Is that what you envisioned when you saw the story?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not
No,
at all.
it's-
I
It was a
it's
tiny little
envisioned-
bit of
yeah.
bush trimming.
Such a dramatic.
And by the way, Jody, you
overreach.
got to be for that.
A bush trimming? You know I'm way for it. I say clear cut the whole thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got to tell you that these people,
Thank
the
you.
Honeywells, the people that won the lottery,
Yeah.
Honeywell.
they are the finest people. They before this was happening, they donated money to local nonprofits and so on. Kind, generous, wonderful people, and the authorities pounced on them like a tiger on a piece of meat. I mean, it was ridiculous. And you know, the Shoreline Hearings Board are just Inslee's political appointees. They all drink the Kool-Aid, and so it doesn't matter what the evidence says.
By the way, I'm looking at this picture. I have to admit, when I saw $79,000 in trees, I thought big trees dramatically changing the
yeah.
landscape. And when I look at this one with those alder sprigs,
Yeah.
and then I look at
that one.
and then I look at the other one, which essentially didn't alter the landscape all that much. I'm like, what are these neighbors? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I also am kind of a rule follower most of the time, so I don't know. But it doesn't look like a lot.
Well, no,
it
I
wasn't
tell
big
ya?
trees. It wasn't
No.
like we're going to ignore the rules and cut through.
There are a few trees in these pictures, and they're in the before and the afters. The trees
Yeah,
are
the
still
trees
there.
actually
are,
stayed.
yeah.
So they
Bob-
didn't cut down the big trees.
Right, Bob, I wouldn't be here if this was a serious infraction. I wouldn't hang it out and
You wouldn't? You wouldn't
'cause
say
I protect
cut
the
down, let's
islands.
clear cut, let's shave Mount Moran bald.
Save that bush, right, Jody? Right.
That's right.
Right.
You know what I
But
say?
these people have been abused by the state.
Yeah.
Here we should welcome them with open arms. They won the lottery. They decided San Juan Island is the place
Sure,
they'd
they
like
could have
to
moved
spend the
anywhere they
rest of
wanted
their
to. They
life.
could have moved anywhere. They moved here. They brought their money here.
Well, and that is wonderful because they're
Treated
from
them with hostility.
North Carolina or somewhere. They're from the East Coast, and of
Yeah.
all
They're
the
from
world,
Virginia, I believe.
You get
Yeah.
$200 million. You can go anywhere in the world, and
That's
they
right.
decide that our part of the world
Where
is
is
the place they
Can we
want
grease the skids and get
Hey,
the politicians?
Before you go, we have a little. Pedro says he found some old recordings of you.
Yeah, Spike has the information there. He can lead
Okay,
this
what do you
one.
got here, Spike?
Well, not to be. I don't want to. I mean, Pat's right. And we kind of wondered why Pat would take the point of view opposing the courts, but Pat's not always been. I don't want to say on the right side of history, but he hasn't taken the easy point of view. I guess maybe. And remember when Casey Kasem? We lost Casey Kasem recently.
it's very sad.
Some of the most popular. And shared audio of Casey Kasem were the moments you didn't get to see the outtakes.
Yeah, so you have some outtakes
we
of Pat
do.
O'Day.
You know, Pat's was this KJR radio. This is your castle.
he put this place on the map.
This
There
is-
was
By the way,
your-
he has this look like you're coming. You're.
No, Pedro, God love
It's
you.
like Hillary Clinton before John Stewart.
Why am I suspicious?
Not at all. For example,
You're smart.
I
That's
mean,
why.
Pat's been here
Pat's
since the
been around the
beginning.
block, yeah.
He's been,
Yeah.
yes,
Do
exactly.
you have some alleged
Pl-
recordings
play,
of Pat?
play the Jimi Hendrix.
Check 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That was Jimi Hendrix, young fellow out of Renton, Washington. Go see him soon because I got a feeling when you play guitar like that, you're going to be doing something else real soon.
Might have missed the boat on the Jimi Hendrix. Didn't really get the talent that was Jimi Hendrix. That was early Jimi Hendrix.
He
though.
didn't like Jimi Hendrix,
Right.
even though he had the reputation of starting his career. What else? do you
But
have?
Pat knew talent. I mean, Pat, you were one of the great early promoters in rock and roll, right? Play that Paul Revere tape. The prediction made about the Paul Revere.
That was Paul Revere and the Raiders, and mark my words, that will one day be the greatest band to ever have played on the face of this earth. Pat O'Day at KJR Radio.
Really nailed that one, didn't you?
Ladies and gentlemen, you do know you're listening to Spike doing Pat O'Day.
Au
You
contraire.
do know that.
Actually, I'm
Oh,
listening very
contraire.
carefully. It sounds exactly like
Listen,
you.
play that intern. Remember the people. We've always had interns. That's
Yeah.
how radio grows. Play the intern because you steered one gentleman, I think probably to the career of his the right thing. Go ahead, play the.
First, I
And I think, seriously, I think you got him out of radio and got him into his chosen profession of coffee. And play. We recently had the fact that Pat is 80 years old and still. Are you going to be working with the Hydros this year?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, yeah. The fact that we still get to enjoy you. We just recently had to say goodbye to a broadcast legend in this town. Gene Anderson stepped down to enjoy what's her personal life.
Right.
Play the Gene Anderson.
Well, have you seen that new broadcaster at King, that Gene Anderson? Hubba hubba. Like to give me a piece of that.
That was from 1937.
1937.
Yeah, back in the day.
Pat O'Day. Yes, you got one more?
There's a couple more. Play the local, the Puyallup one.
Remember, can I get to the Washington State Fair this weekend on a Pile Up Washington? Puyallup? God, who names these places?
And that one would throw anybody.
We have one more. We're going to come back after the break, you guys.
Okay.
Pat O'Day, hang around. We're going to play some Mariners Twisted Tunes with Joe. It's 8:30. Right back.